Pain's invasion is widely considered to be one of the best arcs in Naruto. It takes place not too long after Jiraiya's death, and Naruto has gone to Mount Myoboku to learn Sage Mode with Lord Fukasaku to avenge his master. With Sasuke recently capturing the Eight Tails, or at least he thought he did, Naruto is the Akatsuki's final target, which leads to the 6 Paths of Pain arriving just on the outskirts of the Leaf Village. After discussing their plan to attack the village and gather info on Naruto's location, the Paths of Pain finally began their assault on Konoha. The animal path is sent in first to summon the others, who quickly launch into action. The Asura, Preta, and Animal Path act as diversions by causing destruction throughout the village, while Konan and the remaining paths question the villagers to learn where Naruto is. Yet, not a single Leaf Shinobi would give away Naruto's location due to the respect he had earned. Like we even see one guy tell Konan to go to hell with a smile before getting killed. But once Tsunade recognizes the threat they're facing, she went against the village elders and ordered the messenger Toad to bring Naruto back. Even though Naruto is Pain's target, he is also the village's strongest weapon against them. Once Tsunade heads out to use Katsuyu and work on healing the villagers, Danzo kills the messenger Toad before it can leave, wanting to keep the Nine Tails caged up. During the chaos, just before Tendo Pain could kill Iruka, Kakashi intervenes and fights alone against Tendo Pain, who is soon backed up by the Asura Path. Eventually, backup arrives for Kakashi in the form of Choza, Choji, and some other shinobi. As the battle progresses, Kakashi figures out that Tendo Pain's attraction and repulsion abilities have a 5-second cooldown after it's used. To take advantage of this, they formulate a plan to defeat the Deva Path, which leads to the Asura Path being forced to sacrifice itself to protect its partner. However, that small delay also allowed Tendo Pain to defeat the entire group with its next almighty push. Kakashi faces his death and uses his Mangekyo Sharingan ability to protect Choji by destroying the Asura Path's final attack. This allows Choji to deliver the info about Tendo Pain to Tsunade, but at the cost of Kakashi's life. But as he enters the afterlife, Kakashi finally gets a chance to sit down and talk with his father. Elsewhere, Konohamaru encounters the Naraka Path, rescuing Ibisu by defeating it with the Rasengan. Around the same time, Shizune meets up with the intelligence team, and as they're discussing their knowledge on pain, the Animal Path attacks the building with her summon. However, Inoichi recognizes the woman as the same body he saw when reading the mind of the previous Animal Path. Keeping that in mind, the group flees. Team Guy, who are also outside the village at the moment, also realizes something is up and they head back, but not before the Deva Path eventually confronts Tsunade. Upon seeing his face, Tsunade remembers Konan, Nagato, and Yahiko from many years ago, and they have a heated debate. Tendo Pain explains his plan to control wars using the tail beast for the sake of peace, while Tsunade claims the 5 Kage will always consider the Akatsuki to be criminals. As Tsunade tells Tendo that Naruto is stronger than he thinks, Shizune, Inoichi, and Ino discuss how they believe Pain's 6 paths work. There are 6 paths and each one of them can only use one jutsu. Their bodies are also corpses that are being controlled remotely with chakra by using the black rods implanted in their bodies as receivers, which means there is someone who's transmitting the signals and controlling the 6 paths of pain remotely. However, they likely have to be near the village in order to transmit their chakra. But before Shizune and the others can go tell Tsunade, the human path sneaks up on them and captures Shizune. Reading her mind, they learn that Naruto is at Mount Myoboku before removing Shizune's soul. That info is immediately relayed to Tendo Pain, who ends the conversation with Tsunade. Tendo begins floating up into the sky, telling Tsunade that those who don't know pain will never understand true peace. At right about the same time, Fukasaku and Naruto learn that the messenger Toad was killed somehow, and suspected that something's happening in Konoha. Fortunately, Shima was near the village at the time, and is capable of summoning them if something happened. And something big will happen in Konoha as Tendo Pain flies above the village. The other paths of Pain retreat outside the village with Konan, and Pain says that they're going to use a certain jutsu. Even Konan is hesitant about this idea, revealing that it is indeed Nagato controlling the 6 paths. Looking down at the village, Tendo Pain states that now this world shall know pain, before using a powerful almighty push to destroy the entire village. As the smoke clears, the first one to see is Sakura, who's alive thanks to Katsuyu. Seeing the destruction of Konoha, Sakura shouts for Naruto to come, and that's what he does. A large puff of smoke appears with the destroyed village. Naruto has arrived in Sage Mode with the gang, along with a new fit. But with the smoke all around, Naruto is confused where they are before realizing what had happened. We see that Tsunade protected many others using Katsuyu, and she jumps in to fight against the 6 paths, who return to Konoha. However, Naruto defends Tsunade from the Asura Path by destroying it in one hit, letting Tsunade know he can fight on his own. And so, Naruto vs Pain begins. As Tendo Pain needs time to recharge, Naruto makes quick work of the human and animal paths. By using shadow clones to gain Senjutsu chakra on Mount Myoboku, Naruto can also restore Sage Mode by summoning them with the scroll. Then by doing the shadow clone, the chakra returns back to Naruto, reactivating his Sage Mode. Even when Tendo gets his powers back, Naruto is able to defeat the Naraka path at the same time. However, after the big toads are blown away with Almighty Push, Naruto is eventually caught by the energy absorbing Preta path, thanks to Tendo pulling Naruto towards them. Yet Naruto actually let the Preta path absorb his Senjutsu chakra, turn it into a frog statue as a side effect for not being able to control the chakra. That just leaves Tendo Pain, who's had enough and quickly kills Fukasaku in front of Naruto. Tendo then uses Universal Pull to bring Naruto close and immobilizes him with a black rod. Unable to do anything, Naruto questions why Pain is doing all of this, leading to Pain explaining his ideals. He wants to create peace and bring about justice. Nagato believes that the world could never attain the peace Jiraiya wished for due to the cycle of vicious hatred in the world. When Naruto is asked how he would solve the problem of hatred, he has no answer. That's when Pain explains his plan to use the tailed beast to make a weapon strong enough to wipe out an entire country, and use the fear of that weapon to prevent fighting. By understanding that Pain, the world could learn to be peaceful. As Pain finishes speaking, we get our first look at Nagato, who has many black rods attached to his back as he sits in some type of device with Konan nearby. Just before Tendo can take Naruto away, Hinata jumps in and tries to rescue him. Unfortunately, after confessing her love for Naruto, Pain quickly strikes her down. That would be the straw that broke the camel's back. Believing that Pain had killed Hinata, Naruto became consumed by his rage and transformed into his version 2 cloak, quickly sprouting 6 tails. The first Hokage's necklace that Naruto wears immediately reacted to this transformation and tried to suppress the Nine Tails chakra, only to be crushed. Then the Nine Tails went after Pain, pummeling and chasing Tendo outside the village. However, this allowed Tendo to get closer to Nagato's location, allowing him to use Planetary Devastation. By using Planetary Devastation, Naruto is forcefully pulled into the miniature moon that the technique created. This did put a heavy strain on Nagato, but the Nine Tails had been captured for the moment. But inside of Naruto's mind space, he had completely fallen into despair, and the Nine Tails took advantage of this, convincing Naruto to destroy everything by removing the seal. This caused the seal on Naruto's stomach to begin opening, which allowed the 8th tail to sprout. On the outside, the Nine Tails' full body was nearly complete as he began to break out with the Planetary Devastation. Yet, just as Naruto was about to fully remove the seal, the 4th Hokage appeared. Minato revealed to Naruto that he is Naruto's father. He also revealed that Tobi, the masked man in the Akatsuki, was probably the one behind the Nine Tails' attack on Konoha. Minato then repaired Naruto's seal, allowing Naruto to finish Pain off. Naruto returned with Sage Mode active as well, and stabs himself with one of the chakra rods in order to reverse track Nagato's location. Wanting to speak to Nagato, Naruto first defeats Tendo by tricking him to use Almighty Push on Shadow Clones, and then use a Rasengan during the 5-second window to finish the fight. Naruto then heads to Nagato alone, and once face to face, Naruto wants to understand what made Jiraiya's former students turn out this way. Nagato answers with 2 stories. The first was how his parents were killed by a Konoha shinobi during the Second Shinobi World War, which led to his Rinnegan activating. The second story was how he met Yahiko and Konan. Rescuing Nagato and his dog Chibi, Konan brought him to Yahiko, and they eventually became a family, doing their best to survive in the Rain Village. When they were talking about dreams, Yahiko revealed he wanted to rule the world like gods, so they would never have to suffer again, and could stop wars from happening. As they spoke, an explosive tag went off next to them, killing Chibi. Jiraiya, Tsunade, and Orochimaru had been nearby finding Hanzo. After escaping, Nagato began to share the same ideal as Yahiko, and they eventually found the 3 Sannin to learn ninjutsu. Jiraiya stayed back to train them. During this training, Nagato used the Rinnegan to save Yahiko from a rogue shinobi. Seeing this, Jiraiya told Nagato about the Sage of 6 Paths, who appeared during the time of never-ending wars. Being the first to discover chakra and spreading his religion of ninju throughout the world, his teachings would eventually come to be known as the ninjutsu we know today. It was meant for peace, and like Nagato, the Sage also had the Rinnegan. Jiraiya believed that the Sage may have been reborn in Nagato, and entrusted him to find the answer to peace before leaving the orphans. Years later, the 3 had formed an organization for peace, led by Yahiko. They gathered many comrades, and soon gained the attention of Hanzo, who led the Rain Village at the time. Hanzo had approached them for an alliance, but it was actually a trap made by Danzo and him. On the day they were to meet, Hanzo captured Konan, and had the other 2 surrounded by many Leaf Anbu and Rain Shinobi. Hanzo ordered Nagato to kill Yahiko, using a kunai in order to save Konan. Seeing Nagato hesitate, Yahiko forcibly held Nagato's hand to stab himself. With his last words, Yahiko told Nagato that he's the savior of this world. Nagato then snapped, using his Rinnegan to defend himself and rescue Konan before summoning the Geto statue after his legs were horribly burnt. The statue attached several rods into Nagato in order to use his chakra and use his soul removing dragon to wipe out the remaining forces besides Hanzo, who escaped. From there, Nagato became the leader of the organization to carry on Yahiko's will. After hearing Nagato's tale and why he believes true peace cannot exist in this world, Naruto responded by saying some of that is true. However, Naruto said he would still continue to believe in and work towards Jiraiya's ideals, and that's why he won't kill Nagato. When Nagato questioned this, Naruto recited some lines from a book Jiraiya had written, and revealed that it was Nagato who had inspired Jiraiya to write about it. The name of the main character was Naruto. With that, Naruto promised that he would become Hokage and bring peace to the reign as well. Hearing that, Nagato remembers that he was like Naruto when he was younger, and decides to finally believe in Naruto. Nagato then uses the Rinne Rebirth technique to revive all those who had died during the invasion, including Kakashi, Shizune, and Lord Fukasaku. At the cost of this technique, Nagato entrusted his will to Naruto before passing away. Konan then retrieved Yahiko's body, telling Naruto that she will leave the Akatsuki and would now believe in him. She then handed Naruto a bouquet of paper flowers, which he left at a shrine he made for Jiraiya on his way back to the Leaf. As Naruto headed back, he almost collapsed in exhaustion before Kakashi caught him. Once they reached Konoha, Naruto was congratulated by all the villagers. Naruto's dream of being acknowledged by the village had come true at last. He had become the hero of the Hidden Leaf Village. And I think that's the perfect place to end this. In the end, this arc had many great moments, and is definitely one of my favorite Naruto arcs. Let me know what you all think about this arc in the comments, and as always, thanks for watching. Please drop a like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video and want to see more. Peace.